Hello and welcome. I'm Richworth, and today we're looking at the game series beloved by a large number of gamers, gaming fans and the like. Mortal Kombat, mainly number 11. There's not much to explain about Mortal Kombat. It's a side-on not really platforming, side-on fighting game with no 3 dimensions, so you can't go left or right. It's only backwards, forwards, up and down. And it's basically the quintessential fighting game that you can possibly get hold of. So if you're after a fighting game and you want the one that knows how to do it and you're into a bit of gore, get Mortal Kombat. It'll do your job. Okay, so Mortal Kombat, let's just get into the thing. So story. It follows the events of 10 and the ones before. Obviously in the last one, by the way, spoilers, Kotal Khan, rule of Earthworld after Outworld, after he, took over from Shao Kahn. Liu Kang and Kitana are now ruling the Netherrealm as per the events that I don't particularly understand. And with Kung Lao and Jade are the ones that are helping them. Raiden is going now mental and tyrannical, leading the Earthrealm players, Johnny Cage and his brood, and the Briggs family. Sub-Zero and Scorpion are allies, blah blah blah. Now the game has the game has 3 gameplay modes, obviously. It has, besides obviously the split screen local game. Okay, so first off you have the story, which I just explained, where a crazy bitch called Chronica tries to rewrite history. Good job with that, and hope to God you can fucking beat her. Good, have fun with that. 2 is Towers Classic and Time Towers. Basically Time Towers is the system used in Injustice. It's like the multiverse system that they use in that. The multiverse system was a system in which you went and did ladders, and on these ladders you could beat various enemies and basically progress through the tower and beat a higher difficulty enemy. Once you did that, you would earn a reward. In this, it works much the same way. You have the different versions of the different towers. So Battlefield Romance, you can only play as Liu Kang and Kitana. Screams of Battle, you're obviously only allowed to play a certain character there. Gauntlet, you're allowed to play anyone. Venom Heist, Fists, I have no idea, probably because you use Venom Fists. Anyway, you have different attributes on all of these and different rewards for whatever they give you. I have, and also you have a summoned tail tower basically. And on this tail tower you have to pay for a particular character's towers, basically, obviously. Surprise, surprise. Now, these towers will grant the complete person, the person who ever completes it, rewards, basically. It'll give them the rewards for that character. So, for example, I'm doing Aaron Black's tower because I'm a good old fan of good old Aaron Black. So, I've completed Wyatt River and Searchers, and I need to complete Motherlode. And I need apparently 50 soul shards to fucking get that requirement. So guess what? 50 soul shards. Luckily I have that. Anyway, so also on top of that you've got crypt mode. We'll get into battles in a few minutes. I will show you in a second. So, crypt is an unusual game mode. It's a game mode this time. It's not just a press X to select this item because it's in the crypt and you can buy it because you have enough points. You actually have to explore Shang Tsung's Fortress Island, basically. And this involves going into the deep depths of it to where Goro's palace is and all the way up to the top. Now, bear in mind the whole place is in ruins because, Shang Tsung's being dead and all. Well, he's technically dead, but he's technically not dead, but, Shang Tsung. What do you fucking expect? Now, basically, as you go around the fortress, you will find various doorways and chests. Some of these chests have loot in them, obviously. Well, no, all of them have loot in. and you have to pay the currency in the game, so coins with a kicking K rather than a C. You have a hammer and you have an orb which you can open certain doors with. You have a hammer, as I said, with which you can smash the doors open. Oh dear. And of course, as you go around, certain events will happen just like that. So a meteor will smash into a Raiden statue. A man will fall off the bridge that is very famous in all of Mortal Kombat. Now, that event obviously showed me something with a green aura, so I'm hoping that is the thing I need to get. Now, you have, as I said, you have the items, you have the orb that allows you to open doors. This hammer allows you to smash open some broken doors and some obstacles in the way of items. This, however, is obviously not allowing me because I have no idea what item I need to activate those soul fragment things, and I'm probably going to get 1,000 different freaking objects. I think I've just found it. Yay! I think I've just got the thing I need. Oh, Mac, you bastard. Right, let's try this again. Yay! Item unlock. Yeah. Right, so once you have got a load of your little items to get around the places, you can then open up chests. When you open up the chests, you can have whatever's inside them, funnily enough, and these are like random items, so it could be items for your characters, so equipment. It could also be like consumable items, like in the middle of battle. I'll explain that in a minute as well. You get there's a lot of stuff you can get hold of in this game. Now, we're going to move on to the battle. So I'm going to select Aaron Black here. And we're going to do a smallish tower. The next one I have to do. So, the combat in the game is as normal and as varied as it can be in one of these games, as you can imagine. So you are allowed to select items before a consumable, for example, before you go into battle. So this can be summon another character, so Shao Kahn. Basically, if you summon a character who's in the game, you'll get several abilities that you can use with them. But if you summon a character that isn't in the game, so for example Cyrax, he'll like shoot a net out from behind the screen, or Sector will fire a rocket, or something will happen. So, when you boot up a battle, you'll see this single little intro screen and, you know, that sort of shit. And, you know, they do their banter like they did in Injustice 2, which does change, but at the moment it doesn't seem to be working properly for me because I seem to keep getting the same old shit. So, basically, it works just like in any of the Mortal Kombat previous. Square, square, square is like your light attacks, like punches. Triangle is your heavy punches, X is your heavy kicks, and circles, I think, your back kicks. I'm not entirely fucking sure. You are allowed to do combos and special attacks as normal, so like left, right, circle, fires my gun, left, right, X, I throw a like a sliding kick. But of course, as with all changes to games, different. Yeah, the systems for, I say X-rays, but it's not really X-rays anymore. Well, no, you do. Right, there are X-rays in this game. Okay, don't get me wrong. There are X-rays, but they're not like just pressing L2, R2. You have the like desperation attack that you can use, which was just used on me. The extremely bloody sword blade hack that went into my face was Kung Lao's desperation move, as I like to call it. So this only occurs when you have really low health, but you need to use it sparingly because you only have one throughout the entire thing. So since Kung Lao's used his, he can't attack me with it. You also have throwables in the area as well, which is very useful. Anyway, as I was saying, so X-rays work differently. So it depends on your special attack that you are using. If you're using a attack like Aaron Black's gun, if you spam the square and run out of ammo and then walk up to them and press triangle, you'll then swing your butt of the gun into their chin, and you'll get an X-ray of their jaw breaking as you smash. Pardon me. Fatalities, as I might have explained, I'm not so sure. I've been at this fucking recording for quite some time now. But in the so when you complete a fatality or a brutality, you will gain a heart. I'm not entirely sure as to how many you get per match, but it's a bit ridiculous considering the fact that you need 250 hearts just to get an item out of one of those chests, and it barely gives you any hearts whatsoever, so it's a pain in the ass for that. So, one thing I've noticed is obviously in this is that the combat as normal is always just as fluid as anything. So someone who really knows what they're doing, like with their combos and their tricks and their freaking, their different abilities and shit, would do a lot better than me, because to be honest, the only moves I know are throw acid for an acid bomb. So that's really stupid, by the way, because it's the only one I know is like a really long range attack. Use my gun so I can rifle, spam my rifle at them. The triple square attack, which is basically just spam square and hope the bloody hell they die. And of course the leg sweep that I just pulled off. Yay. If a move happens, I will take credit. Basically, I'm that sucky. I really am not very good at playing these sorts of games. So if you ever encounter me on one of these games, you've got to win. But you'll never encounter me online on one of these games because I suck at them. So, final move done. Oh yeah, so you can also, when you do a special move, you're able to pull off a enhancement of that move. For example, when I do my slide move, I'm able to throw acid where they're going to land. So that's a very useful trick. You can also block now. I can't remember what button it is. I do believe it's L2, but I don't quote me on that. Is that it? Yes. So, also fatalities are... Yeah, I'll explain them in a minute as well. So, once you complete towers, as I previously explained, you get items, obviously, so a Aaron Black hat, Major Top Gun, which is a augment for something he has, and I got 50 hearts out of it, so it's pretty much one of the rewards. And a sack of silver dollars, which is a consumable. Anyway, once you've done a tower or any of that shit, you're going to want to obviously add your stuff to your new characters. So, we're going to quickly cover, and I say quickly, as quickly as I possibly can, explain exactly what you can do with the customization. So obviously, Aaron Black is not actually, funnily enough, my best character. I'm hoping I'm right. Right, so he's not my best character. So I'm going to go to rifle through. Right, so you've got all sorts of hats. Some of them are references to other things. I mean, you could argue that most of Cassie Cage's drones are references to other things that you've seen in westerns, that sort of thing. So we're going to have a quick... So basically, all characters have 3 items that they can change. So their pistol, their gun, and of course their hat in the case of Aaron Black. Other characters have different items as well. Now, you have in the cosmetics different things as well. So for example, the way his other bits that you can't change look. So for example, his shoulder pads, his chest, so stuff you could upgrade in Justice, but you can't in here. So it basically goes halfway with what you could do in Justice, but instead of giving you all of the choice, it gives you some of the choice, which to be honest I like. It doesn't make your character completely mismatched. Next you have cinematics. So these are your intros. So where Aaron Black was throwing the head into the match, he is able to, you're able to select another one. So for example, another intro is chambered. He does that, and then he'll say his funny line or something. And then, of course, if you win without, brutality or fatality, you do a cinematic exit. So obviously, in the case of keep the change, it's the one where I shot the coin. But if I wanted to, I could have Mam, which is basically that. Where he fucking double stabs the poor lady and shoots her. Then you have finishers. So you have the fatalities, which is, to be honest, I don't know why you can equip those. It's completely fucking pointless, considering the fact that you have them already unlocked. But the one thing that you don't have unlocked is always the secondary fatality. So I haven't got that, which is really annoying, because I've bloody used that so many times it's boring now. Then you have abilities. So obviously these are the abilities that you saw me using, like the shooting my gun at the person, the one where I'm pouring acid. I didn't use acid pour, I forgot about that one. But anyway, then you have AI behaviour. This is basically something I don't use, but when you're just deciding, fuck it, I'm just going to make the two AI fight each other so I don't have to do anything, you can put up these stats. And what will end up happening is you can choose how they work and what they do. Okay, I'm babbling on, so I'm going to quickly come out of this and go into quickly collection, and then we'll have a look at the final summary. I'm not going to show you any of the story mode because, as you could possibly imagine, and you'll find this very funny considering, it's this game, and actually, to be honest, it's story. The way, as all games do these days, they have blocked the story for recording, so you can't bloody see it. Guys, I'm very sorry. So, basically, you've got all the different kinds of skins you can get in art form, as you might imagine. But yeah, that's all there really is to it. So yeah, let's wrap up. Fatality. Lovely. So, we're taking a look at the conclusion now. The story is okay. It's a wrap up to the last three stories, so that's the last one on the PS3 and 9. I don't actually know if the one on PS3 was 9 or not. The one that came with bloody Freddy Krueger in it. I don't know if it was actually number 9 or not. All I know is that it was a pain in the ass to complete because frickin' Shao Kahn wouldn't die even though you were empowered by the bloody Elder Gods and shit like that. Anyway, so it's a wrap up. So the new stories are going to start, well, I say start, but I'm not going to give anything away, but the way the ending goes is it hints that they're going to literally reset the Mortal Kombat universe straight from fresh, like they did 3 games ago. Fucking stop starting it, just keep it the same. Ignore me, I'm going fucking mad now. But the thing is though is that it's getting a bit repetitive because of that ending. Because I now know that the next game is just going to be another fucking rehash of fucking... If it's 8, I don't... If it's 9, I don't know. If it... Basically, I'm just going to say it for fucking argument's sake. 9. Basically, Mortal Kombat 9 is literally going to be what Mortal Kombat 12 is. Okay? So, I'm going to say it's 5 out of 10. The gameplay is good, fun, combos are easier to pull off. When you pull off specific combos, it feels great. But this kind of needs fucking severe balancing, because it is a nightmare and difficulty, and difficulty spikes are very, very steep in this game. So, for example, in Injustice 2, when you did a 3-star universe, a player at my skill level could complete it. It wasn't super fucking hard. But in this one, it's... Well, it was, but it sort of still is, amazingly difficult to do. Yes, I stormed through this one. It's because I somehow managed to find a way of lowering the difficulty ever so slightly. But it hasn't really done much because I'm still getting my ass handed to me by bloody Katana here because she keeps spamming the same bloody move over and over again. But it's like pulling teeth, really. But all in all, it's an okay thing, but it still pisses me off. So it's a 5 out of 10 again. Right, the graphics. The stages suffer the same as Injustice and previous MKs. They aren't great and many and... What the fuck? Oh right, sorry. There aren't a great many, there we are, and they aren't varied enough. But the characters are cool looking and, you know, their item sets and intros and fatalities and other cool stuff is individual to those characters. So it's actually quite nice to see a reference to another movie or game. And to be honest, I'm going to be honest there and say, I like that. I do like a good old reference and see, oh, I see what they fucking did there, cheeky bastards, sort of thing. I do like seeing that sort of stuff and feeling very clever at spotting it. So there's a 5 out of 10 again. There are some things it needs fixing. So that's a 15 out of 30. It's a good game for the vets of MK. Some novices could enjoy it, but they need to really think that they need to go in with the mindset of they've got to become a veteran themselves through this game. They've got to find themselves at the stage of a veteran by the end of it, because they're not going to enjoy it otherwise. It's a pain in the ass. But yeah, so that's all in all, really. Thank you for watching. See you next week for a very special review, because I will be recording all of it from my first 30 minutes of playing it and using that footage to review the game. And that game, ladies and gentlemen, is Borderlands 3. God, I'm excited.